Hey, how's it going? My name is Brandon Small, and welcome to the Best Southwest Business Podcast. And today, we're going to be talking about the power of the mind. Let's go. As business owners, we are always pushing ourselves to take our business to the next level. But for some of us, we struggle with having balance in our marriage and family life. It makes you wonder, can you have a great business and a great life at home with those that you love? That's the question, and this podcast has the answers. Welcome to the Best Southwest Business Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the power of the mind, and with that, it's so important in any industry, no matter if you're in, finance or sports or real estate like myself, or anything that you're doing, having the power of the mind and a better understanding of the power of the mind makes a big difference. And I say that because I've been studying this for at least 7 years. And every time I read different things on it, and it's not like a one-time thing. It's something that I continuously want to learn because I think we're trained as kids, or some of us are trained as kids to believe that things just happen to us, or that, we're not in control of certain things. But once you have a deeper understanding of the power of the mind, it really opens your eyes to what's going on in both your inner world and your outer world. And I learned a lot of this stuff from this book right here called Mind Power, and by John Kehoe. And I'll put the link down in the description if you want to check it out. But what he talks about is how we live in two worlds. And it's the inner world, which are our thoughts, and the outer world, which are the situations and circumstances that happen to us in the outer world. So, for example, fear is not something that's in the outer world. It's not. Fear is something that happens to us in our inner world. And what that means is we're thinking thoughts that make us fearful that may or may not be true. And that's because the mind is something separate of the body. It's its own entity. And it may sound crazy, right? I'm just telling you ahead of time. When I first learned this stuff, I was like, okay, this stuff is a little out there, but it's so true when you really break it down. Like, we are not our mind. Like, our mind is something, it's a part of the body, but we can't let our mind trick us, because it can. It can tell us things are going to happen that never happen. And we've all experienced that, where, for example, if we're getting into it with somebody who cuts us off on the road, and you're thinking about all these different things that you want to do to this person, and this and that, and it doesn't mean that stuff is real. That's just something that we thought about in our inner world. Doesn't mean it's happening in the outer world. Same thing with situations. You get into an argument with somebody, and you're thinking about how you're going to respond to them and what's going to happen from there. But that's an inner world thought, and we're in control of what we think in the inner world. So we have the ability to either let that thought grow or to throw that thought away. But we have that power to do that. But a lot of us don't use that. A lot of us let these negative thoughts and this negative energy come into our mind, control our mind, and just continue to grow and grow and grow and grow until it's out of control. And then the bad thing about it is that as we continue to think these negative thoughts, what we're doing is attracting more negative thoughts and negative situations into our life. Because what we think about, we attract to us. And whatever we're attracting to us, and it just continues to grow. So that's why we have to be so intentional with the thoughts that we think, because at the end of the day, we have that ability. We all have the ability to think negative thoughts or positive thoughts. And even at a deeper level, some of us think negative thoughts and don't even know we're thinking negative thoughts. Or even worse, saying negative affirmations. We really have to focus on what we think about and what we say to ourselves. That's why, it's a good idea. And what I learned from this book is, it's a very good idea to do daily affirmations. And the affirmations don't even have to be real. What it is that you're putting that out into the universe. Whether that's finding the perfect soulmate, being a great father, being a great person, accumulating generational wealth, good health, all of these things that we say to ourselves and we affirm to ourselves over and over and over, it helps attract those type of things because we're giving out those type of vibrations. Like if we're just thinking about good health all day, we're giving out vibrations of good health. Now, that doesn't mean you put out the vibrations of good health and then you start eating garbage that same day and expect to, have good health moving forward. Like, no, it's actions involved in this too. You can't just think of something and expect it to happen, but it's the combination of the right mindset, the right vibrations, and then the right actions. Because when you get all those three things together, it's going to bring or attract certain things into your life. And I've learned this, like I said, I've been studying this for 6-7 years, and it's just been mind-opening how amazing your life can be if you really focus on the thoughts that you allow to be in your mind. Now, I haven't even achieved everything in life that I want to achieve. There's so much I have to do. But I have seen firsthand that doing the things that are taught in this book and taught by others on focusing on your mindset, seeding, which is another technique of kind of feeling, more of a vibrational feel. So, for example, if you want something, let's say you were, let's say you were starting a new business, since this is a business podcast. Let's say you start a new business, right? And you just opened this business and you don't have any customers yet. The business is not going how you want it to go yet. Now, we've talked in previous podcasts about how it takes time to build up the business and everything like that. But what if, at this stage, what if you did daily affirmations of, I have tons of customers. I work with great clients. I make tons of sales. Clients refer people to me over and over. What if these were your daily affirmations? So that's doing that. Visualization is also important as well, because what that does is give you the pictures, because the majority of the world are visual people. So if you're visualizing the type of business that you want, and let's just say you're closing your eyes and you're seeing, say you have a shop and you're seeing people coming in and out your shop. They come in empty-handed, they leave out your shop with a receipt in the bag. And you see them, they're making purchases, they're smiling. It's a great experience for your customer. It's a great experience for yourself. And it's just business, consistent in, out, helping people with your product or service. Like, visualize that. And not just once, like visualize that on a daily basis. Visualize, just consistency. I know in real estate, there's multiple times where I have to visualize myself, particularly when I'm going on like appointments with sellers, and I want to visualize the for sale sign in the front of the house. I visualize me walking through the house and doing my presentation, and the sellers are happy and I'm happy, and we get all the paperwork signed. And like I said, I'm already visualizing the whole process before I even walk through the door. And that gives me an advantage because I can I have a little bit more confidence because I've in my mind, I've already done it, which is huge because a lot of people get stuck on things they haven't done yet. And like I said, it goes back to fear because that's in the inner world. That's not in the outer world. In the inner world is what I can control. I can control the thoughts I think. I can control the things I don't want to think about in my inner world. And those vibrations go back out to the outer world. So being able to really visualize things, seeding things is more of a vibration. So after I'm done visualizing, I might just feel it. Like, how would I feel if I walked into this client's home and I blew their socks off with my presentation? They were just ecstatic to see how much money I could sell their house for and how much money they're going to get at the closing table. Like, how would I feel? How would that make me feel? If I knew these clients were just like, just loving me and loving my energy and loving, everything I'm going to do to help them with this process. How would I feel? I feel great. I would feel amazing. I would just have those vibrations of, man, I love this. I love that I made these people feel this way. And I know that I'm going to get it done. I might even exceed their expectations. Like having that type of vibration, energy when you're walking in, people feel that. Like people feel that. It's a real thing. It's 100% real. Like people feel energy, and we've all experienced that where you might be in an environment with somebody and somebody negative comes into that environment and you just feel the energy drop. You just feel the vibrations, just something feels off. And on the flip side, we've all been in a situation where somebody walks in and lights up the room and it just feels good. You feel that positive energy. And that's all because of what's in your mind. It's all because of that. So we really have to just make sure that we're keeping track of what vibrations and what thoughts we are letting into our mind, because it plays a role in all aspects. Like I said, with health, with wealth, with relationships, with business, with just everything that's in your life. You have the ability to think the thoughts and put out the vibrations that you want to put out. So I think how that relates to business, like I said, giving you the example of the people in the store or myself going on appointments, but it's important to do it daily too. Like you can do it a couple times, but if you only do it once or twice, it might help a little bit. But with everything, with repetition, that's the key. Being able to go over and over and over until you get this confirmation of like, oh, I know this 100%. I know I have the power to attract certain things and certain people into my life. I know I have the power to attract good health into my life. I know I have the power to create and attract generational wealth. Like I know it. And that's once you get to that point, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. You really are in a situation where you can control your own destiny. Now, it doesn't mean that negative things won't still happen. I mean, negative things happen to everybody. Nobody's exempt from that. But it's the reaction to those negative things that's going to determine how quickly you get back on your feet and how quickly you continue to grow and take to the next level. So we just have to continue to stay focused on our mindset. And it's not something you're gonna learn overnight. You have to be patient with yourself. But the sooner we can get started, the sooner that we can continue to take steps towards learning those things, it help us so much, especially in our business, because we all get those clients. I don't care what business you're in. We all have those clients who know how to push our buttons. I've had clients in the past, like, I feel like, come on, I feel like you're doing everything you can just to get me upset. And you have to, when that negative stuff comes to you, well, there's a couple things. And I've even this year, it's 2021, even this year, there's a couple people that I've had to fire. And typically, you don't see that. Typically, it's the other way around, where people may want to change their real estate agent, fire their real estate agent, go with somebody else. But there's some clients that I've had to fire, and I felt great about it, because there's definitely somebody out there who may be in a better position to assist them with their needs. I want to focus on people that I know I can help, I know I can work with, and people that want my help, and people that don't think they know more than, say, somebody who's been in that industry for 10 years and has done it multiple times. So I understand, and I'm sure you probably understand as well, that you have clients that push your buttons, and just having the ability to not let that negative thought or that negative energy stop you, because we have those thoughts when they come. It's a negative thought. You can label it as a negative thought and just get rid of it. Just let it go. Don't let it control you. Don't let it take over your mind. Because you have to stay focused on what your goals are, especially in business. So when that speed bump comes, or that bump in the road, stay focused. Okay, yes, this happened. I didn't want this to happen. So what? I'm still going to be successful in spite of that. And that's the mindset. That's the mindset that we see all of our successful business owners and athletes and entertainers, at a high level. They're just look, so what? I don't care what happens. I'm still going to be successful. And that all comes down to your mindset, your vibrations, and your energy. So thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. Like I said, this is the book it's one of my favorite books, in life. So I'll put it down in the link below if you want to pick up a copy. And outside of that, as always, if I can assist you in any way with your real estate needs, please let me know. Once again, Brandon Small from the Best Southwest Business Podcast. Let's make it happen. For tips and resources on how you can grow your business, visit www.bestsouthwestbusinesspodcast.com. Hey, let's make it happen.